Walz, Rantz, chillin'. Game time, chillin'. Walz, Rantz, game time, chillin'.
What's up, Walz, Rantz, game time, chillin'. Welcome to my fantasy wrap-up and insider. This program I'm going to start doing weekly, basically going through my own fantasy football ups and downs of the week. We're going to go through the surprise of the week, the scrubs of the week, and of course the standouts of the week, and something to look forward to next week, of course. So I'm going to start with my own personal beef. I'm in two main leagues. One I'm doing fairly well. I don't have too much beef. One guy I do, but I'll focus on my other league. I've had an injury and personal riddled year. Adrian Peterson I have, Rashad Jennings, my two running backs. Of course, AP's coming back soon, I hope, and Jennings has been hurt for weeks. I've had so much trouble trying to fill that hole. I dropped Jonathan Stewart like an idiot. Pick up D'Angelo Williams, does nothing for me. Lamar Miller against Detroit's defense did nothing for me. So I pick up Joe Flacco because Brady is hurt. And I'm like, okay, cool, wicked. Okay, at least Joe Flacco against Tennessee, he'll be okay. He was okay in garbage time against Pittsburgh last week. I hate Joe Flacco, by the way, so it hurt my heart to do this. I didn't realize, I'm an idiot. I didn't make the proper look through of the guys. I'm like, there'll be nobody left. I didn't even see Sanchez there. I think someone picked him up, but I didn't even see him. And I wasn't convinced, even after watching last week against Houston, that he would do anything. So I picked Joe Flacco up, thinking, okay, against Tennessee, he'll put up some here. Give me 15 points, couple touchdowns, something. This guy. One deep bomb to Torrey Smith gets like 10 points, garbage. Anyway, the main studs of the week, let's go through them quickly. Aaron Rodgers, oh my goodness, 6 touchdowns, pretty damn awesome. I don't know what the Bears are doing, I'll talk about them in a sec. Marshawn Lynch, 40 points, 4 touchdowns, seriously? See, some of the guys from the first round, a lot of us have disappointments in the first round. Lacey's finally starting to come around. Jamal Charles had a good week, but not great. Shady McCoy, who I have in one of my leagues, has not done anything, scored a touchdown yesterday. Frustrating. But enjoy the two wide receivers, Dez and Jordy Nelson, had awesome weeks, 27 points plus each. Some of the standouts of the week, some of the surprises of the week, we got to go to Philly. Mark Sanchez, 21 points. Jordan Matthews had over 20 points, which is fantastic. Justin Forrest had a couple touchdowns. I got my notes here. And Martavius Bryant, who some people get the jump on him. He didn't have a lot of targets. That's the problem. Some of these phenoms come out and get a couple touchdowns. Not phenoms, but like come and get a couple touchdowns. But if you look at their targets and receptions, they're very low. So you can't get too caught up in them if you have 4 receptions, 2 touchdowns in a week, and you have all those points. You're not a great fantasy player. But if Ben's throwing 6 touchdowns a game, he's got to throw to somebody. Antonio Brown is his one guy, and Wheaton hasn't really done what we expected. So of course Martavius Bryant, but those are good guys to have with a big league like that. Other surprise guys, Justin Forrest had a couple touchdowns as well. I think I might have mentioned him. Now the biggest scrubs of the week. Okay, I don't want to say it because this guy's been probably one of the best fantasy players all year. Antonio Brown had 2 fumbles. One of them was kick return. Some leagues that doesn't count. Like 3.5 points, which people have come to expect at least 15 points a week from Brown. Macklin, same thing. And all the points the Eagles scored yesterday, Jeremy Macklin had 3.8 points? Really? It's crazy to me. And another scrub who I personally have, this is kind of like off the radar scrub, okay? James Jones. Okay, a lot of people have dropped him. I stuck with him. I kept him on my bench because my philosophy was a team that's always going to be down, the Raiders, always going to have to throw the Raiders to get back in the game. And the number 1 receiver who was very good with Green Bay last few years, and he's just been terrible. He's just been terrible. And I'm just like, okay, for sure this week I'm going to put him in. He's against Denver. Denver's secondary has been lit up. They're always from behind with obviously Denver just put all those points. And this guy gets 2 points again. I'm just like, man, how am I supposed to rely? That's the problem. You can't rely on some of these guys for anything. You got to spot start them based on their matchup, but this is bullshit. So a couple more surprises of the week. I'll try to organize better with top 3, but there's just so much going on. Some of these defenses. Philly's defense, like 31 points this year. Arizona's defense against St. Louis at 27 points. That's one of the most, and we all can attest to this, one of the most frustrating things playing fantasy football in your matchup. You see the matchup, you're like, all right, I probably have him here, Obviously, until you play the games, you don't know. But then you see a defense put up 26 points, 27 points, 30 points. You don't account for that mentally. I'm like, oh man. So anyways, you can't predict that stuff. So a lot of people lost this week because they were facing Philadelphia or Arizona's defense. That's a lot of points. 27, 28 points, 30 points. That's a lot of points for defense. So just on a side note, after the fantasy, that's it. So we got a lot to look forward to this week. Playoffs are 3 weeks away. I cannot believe it. My side note, as a football fan, fantasy, of course we go up. As a football fan, very, very disappointed in these primetime games lately. I'm glad the flex schedule is starting soon. Hopefully they can match up some teams better. But watching, whether it was last week, Denver versus Patriots, which I had a huge, I was excited for, blowout. This week, Chicago, Green Bay. Listen, Chicago has looked like crap this year. I don't know, the first few weeks they were fantastic. They have weapons. They look like crap. How embarrassing is it? Jordan Nelson's running downfield wide open, throwing bombs against them, and bomb after bomb. Eddie Lacy running through tackles. But have some pride as a team. These guys are like... Then last night watching, I swear to God, after being frustrated by Sunday night's game, you watched last night, watch Carolina. I don't know what the hell is going on with Carolina. Okay, I know, if you look at the guys they've lost, I get it. They have a ton. I'm not going to list them all. There's a ton of guys, whether they lost to free agency or they lost to Greg Hardy being on the exempt list, whatever the case may be. But, like, do something. Okay, and Cam Newton, I don't know if he's hurt. He's probably hurt. He's had some rib injuries. He just looked sluggish out there. But the guy's got no touch in his ball. Cam's a good player. No touch. Just balls you expect a good quarterback to complete. He was not completing. It's just frustrating watching stuff. Hopefully it picks up. Anyway, that's Walz Rantz Fantasy Wrap-Up. I hope you guys killed it. We have 3 more weeks left to go. We'll be back in touch next week to wrap up next week's games. Good luck in your picks. There's not a lot of waiver targets this week. That's the thing. Looking at it, there's not a lot of guys that are excited in the waiver wire. People have had them. They got the Denard Robinsons. If you got Jordan Matthews somehow, pick him up, because if Sanchez wants to throw to him, Sanchez wants to throw to him. Foles was not throwing to him. So if you can get Matthews, fine. AP's coming back. Ryan Matthews coming back. But a lot of people who looked ahead didn't get rid of Adrian Peterson, didn't get rid of Ryan Matthews. So pick up some of these guys. It's tough. I'm one of those guys. Unfortunately, my biggest downfall in fantasy is I pick up guys all the time. So I'm always low on the waiver wire. So I can get guys who are tactful, but I lose track on some of those high-end waiver targets. I'm too busy, and I lose my place in the waiver wire. Anyway, that's it. Take care. Good luck with your games.